To learn market situations of 13 series screen in advance. Can expand your knowledge and avoid astray. iPhone 13 have been released for nearly 1 year. Due to the models are relative new, the popularity of refurbishing, repairing, and renovating has not risen yet. So far, the aftermarket has paid little attention to 13 series screens. However, no matter how much maintenance at the terminal today, CINO Tech believes that everyone has a consensus. That is, the price of 13 series screen is very expensive. 13 series is the model with the largest shipment, after the X series. Why? When iPhone 13 released, Huawei lost Kirin chip, and the third-party 5G chip, high-end mobile phone market share, is further vacated. Under this market situation, 13 series is high-end model. Global shipments have increased greatly. You can imagine that the shipment of this model will be very large in the future as well. Normally, after new iPhone has been released for 3 years, the number of after-sales refurbishment will be larger. Therefore, we are not that concerned about 13 series domestic screen changing. There is also little information about the market. CINO Tech will be in this node to discuss analysis and share aftermarket situations of 13 series screen with you. In the future, CINO Tech will also continue to update the latest market situation of 13 series screen to you. Click subscribe if you want to know more about screens. To learn the latest market situation of aftermarket, narrow the information gap with suppliers. Start watching CINO Tech's video. Keeps you from being trapped. First, take a look at the original screen of 13 series. The original screens that you can choose currently. Basically only original disassembly screen and original refurbished screen. And these kind of screens are very expensive. This situation is quite normal, because the model is relative new. The number of original disassembly screen is few. The number of original refurbished screen is few. The original refurbished screens in China maintenance store will either keep and refurbished, or sell to the recyclers in a high price. Recycling original refurbished screen in other counties, due to the epidemic, and the influence of other special situations, sluggish in import and short of material. So, the 13 original series screen is in the situation of increasing price and running out of stock. If you have the original refurbished screen that replaced from your customers, it is also easy to sell now. There is no cost performance of 13 series screen currently. The price differences compare with Apple after sales are not very large. Moreover, 13 series has encrypted the screen. Even a change into the original screen in the third party, there will still pop out the warning of non-original screen. In this case, pay attention to the third-party screen of aftermarket. Will be very necessary. At present, the third-party screen of aftermarket is few. Some just came out. There is no large-scale mass launch yet. First, take a look at OLED screen of the third party. In the middle and early June, the first iPhone 13/13 mini hard OLED screen made of OLED module produced by K&D released in the market. While tycoons were finding truly opto to produce OLED module. In terms of cycles, this OLED module may release at the end of the year. Focus on the new launched 13/13 mini hard OLED screen. Look carefully. Have you found any problems? Does it feel like this notch screen is relatively wider? More like the OLED screen of 12. Exactly. The OLED screen in the market currently. It is reformed by K&D 12 OLED module directly. How does it work? Firstly, the OLED module size of 13 is same as 12. The structure of whole screen is basically the same, including IC position. Screen flex cable. Based on the 12 screen configuration, the factory only needs to find a solution company to write a separate software driver code for adapting 13 screen, and find a cable factory to make screen cables that fit 13 screen. Then they can use the material of 12 screen to make 13 directly. So what about the quality of this kind of screen? According to experiences, as long as the quality of 12 screen is stable, then there is no big problem of using material of 12 screen to make 13 screen. Because the basic materials, like IC/OLED module, are the same. As long as the software driver code that fits 13 is okay, then the functional stability of this screen will be similar to 12 screen. This is just like the 8 series screen just came out. People use the materials of 7 series to make to 8 screen. This is just an empirical speculation. So far, we also just shipped in small batches. What is the actual quality? Still, according to subsequent market feedback, We can't jump to conclusions. In general, as the only 13 series OLED screen on the market currently, the prices still have cost-effective. Ignoring the notch screen, windows are basically one-to-one. The display effect is also good. Under the situation of 13 series screens are few and expensive, this OLED screen is a nice choice. Next, look at the in-cell screen. The in-cell screen selling on market made of LCD module. Produced by only Tianma, AO and Sharp. And there are also only 13/13 mini these two models. Let's briefly demonstrate these three TFT screens. These two TFT screens are the same small notch screen as original. This one is big notch screen. As for the windows, the former two screens look better. There is no obvious difference. Comparing the brightness, Tianma has the highest brightness. As for display effect, there is no obvious difference. Seeing this, some viewers may have knew that the big notch screen of Sharp is using the 12 TFT screen to make 13 TFT screen. Just the same as we mentioned 13 OLED screen before. No need to produce LCD module separately. Only need a new scheme to adapt 12 OLED module. Sacrificing the notch screen window to save the open mold fee. In the current price first market, as long as the function is stable, we can also accept this kind of scheme. The new 13 OLED module produced by Tianma and AO have a great display effect. How stable are the three screens? Need to wait for the market to test. In addition, although 1313 Pro shares same screen size, but the original screen cannot be used universally. In the future, these upstream factories may find another set of software code to apply 13 Pro on the basis of using 13 materials. It is possible that 13/13 Pro screen will be used universally in the future. What about 13 Pro Max? At present, some factories are finding in a lux to open mold. There should not be many people producing it, because the bigger OLED panel, the higher price of mold opening, the cost of pickup will be higher. If the early shipments cannot reach the standard, will lead to the overstock inventory, which leads to a great pressure of capital turnover. Well, this is just the early situation currently. With time goes by, there will be more and more product type of 13 series screen put into the market. According to this year's situation, there will not much 13 series screen produced this year. So these are the basic types of products circulating in the market. Domestic brands. If the new 13 series screen is launched this year, they are basically within the scope of these products. It's just covered their own packaging box. 13 series products have various brands at present. No differentiation. How can I explain? As X series screen, the midstream and downstream factories can use their own mold to make production, make some adjustment on backlight and cables, form a certain product differentiation. But 13 series screen, the mold opening giant has invested a lot. It's just the time to make high profits. The upstream factories will sell the assembly directly. So the screens that downstream brands get are basically a few upstream products. And there is not much difference in quality. We believe some of the contents mentioned in this video are very helpful for you to distinguish the products of the suppliers that you are docking with. Next, for the market situation of 13 series, we will keep updating regularly in the future. We look forward to your support. If you want to know about the market of other models, please leave a message in the comment area.